Thank you for that, Marvelous. Before we move on to the next questions, would you like to mention a few opportunities you think that are available for students in the blockchain industry?
Okay.
As widely
Basically,
as possible. Yeah.
okay. Okay. Um, the reason why I believe the reason why we streamline this to students is because of the fact that most times students might not have the funds to trade or invest properly. So you need something to push you upward. So I think there's a lot of opportunity. First of all, there's no skill you cannot learn from Google and YouTube. At least the basics. There's no skill in the world right now that you can't learn from Google and YouTube. But most people don't know how to use. They've not found a way to harness Google and YouTube. So even if you want to be a content creator, you can start from YouTube and Google, and then probably when you start making some money from the basics you've learned, you can now go for the advanced classes. Even if you want to be a graphic designer or a UI UX designer. So um, I think basically, if you want to really harness the blockchain space, you can start, being very, very active on Twitter, on crypto Twitter. There are a lot of opportunities there you could get. You could connect with people there. You could start getting some opportunities. Ambassador jobs are there also. You could start creating content, learn how to create content. You could start building yourself in a little skill, probably, like I said, content creating, graphic designing. Even you can also work your way up to UI UX designing. There are a lot of skills that are even the blockchain development. You can start from maybe JavaScript, HTML, and all that, and then work your way up. Probably when you start making some money from web design, then you can now go for the advanced classes and master classes and all that. But it all starts with a step. If you're looking for opportunities, they are all there. You just have to actually put some interest into it and look. Then you see that there are a lot of opportunities there. I may not exhaust all of them here, but there are definitely opportunities. You just have to be in the right setting, the right community at every point in time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Our priest, over to you. Can you let us know how you got into crypto? The beginning of your crypto journey, and then as well as opportunities for students in blockchain.
Okay. Thank you. My crypto journey is actually funny because I found out about Bitcoin around 2014, but I don't have the resources. As at then, I don't even have a smartphone. But later in 2016, a friend helped me with um, started teaching me mouth to mouth teaching about airdrops. Then I was able to get a smartphone in 2016. So I started off with airdrops. So airdrops has been the like bedrock for my crypto journey because airdrops forced me to learn about crypto. You know, participating in these airdrops, I have to understand what I'm participating
All
in.
right.
Like,
For the crypto beginners here, could you explain what airdrops is, just so they can understand?
yeah, airdrops are basically free money, but not free as such because you are mandated to like participate in simple tasks um like joining their Telegram groups, promoting them on Twitter, following them on Twitter. They are basically free money, but you are mandated to do little tasks for that. So my journey started with airdrops. Then I became interested because I was like, this thing fit on better thing. So I got serious with it. I started making use of free resources online because I couldn't afford to buy a course. So I learned about Bitcoin, blockchain, then cryptocurrency generally. Then from there, I started joining communities. Then I met Amek. Then Amek introduced me to other guys. Then we started doing crypto jobs since late 2019. So that's basically my crypto journey.
So, about opportunities for students, if you had to advise someone the different ways they can make money through crypto, how would you say that?
Okay, so newbies these days, the first thing they look into whenever they come to into this space is crypto trading. Meanwhile, we have vast opportunities in the crypto space because you can actually make money from the blockchain is from different angles, like working, like monetizing your skills. We have designers, we have content creators, we have marketers, we have several niches you can get involved in and make a lot of money from the crypto space. So crypto trading, investing is just like tip of the iceberg compared to other opportunities where you can actually make lots of money. Like I know of blockchain developers, they are earning close to 100K, 200K, 500K yearly. And let me say, trading cannot or can or before you can make so much money like that, you know how badly you have to trade, and you know how you are going to work your ass off to make such. But as a blockchain developer, all you need to do is perfect your skill, position yourself, apply for jobs, get the jobs, and get paid. And apart from that, there are crypto jobs, ambassador jobs, where you just have to like do some marketing stuff for different projects, involved with projects, get hired as community managers and community moderators, and get paid for it. Then other stuff like design. I know people that are making money from just creating memes. We all know how memes are great impact in the crypto space. People are making money from creating memes. Video editing, video, vast opportunities actually.
Okay, thank you. Amek, over to you. So same question finally. So we'll do your crypto journey and then opportunities so we can move ahead. Thank
Hi, thanks for having me on this show today. Hello?
you. Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Nice
So,
background.
I started my crypto journey as a student. I was in the university. It was 100 level, if I remember precisely. Right. So, basically, I I just got admission into the university, and I was kind of trying to find some different things that I could do that could basically just like something else I could do apart from going to school, basically. And what I did before I was a student was, before I got admission into the university, was I do play games, right? So I I ventured into gaming, and I did earn from gaming. Not so much, but I did earn from gaming uh before I joined the university. So basically, after I stopped gaming, when I got into university, I came across blockchain, I came across Bitcoin, and I bought $10 worth of Bitcoin. As at that time in 100 level, right? So I didn't really understand what Bitcoin was, but I was like, 10 $10 worth of Bitcoin was money to me then. So like, it was a lot of money to me then, and I was like, I have to learn about this thing that I just bought into, right? So I started learning about it. I joined Telegram communities. I was just basically occupied with Bitcoin particularly and blockchain. And as I kept on learning, I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. Like, there's an opportunity here and stuffs like that. So that was the first phase of my blockchain journey, right? So the second phase was now when I started getting really, really involved with blockchain opportunities, really, really involved by investing in ICOs, investing in projects, doing my own research, seeing the opportunities in blockchain and how I can leverage those opportunities and stuff. Right. So when I did find all these opportunities and stuff, I came together with Paul Emmanuel. Right. So I also found some of my friends like El Priest, a lot of my friends, basically all my friends, and I was like, okay, we are hardworking Nigerians, and there are opportunities on the blockchain, and we should definitely leverage these opportunities. We should see how we can be involved in this space, make an impact in this space, right? So we created a community, we managed the community, other Nigerians came in, right? So, and it's been a really, really interesting journey ever since. Like, we have built a whole lot of we have built a whole lot of Nigerians to serve as Telegram moderators, to serve as marketers, to serve as video content creators, meme makers, any talent you can talk about in the crypto space. We were able to bring them up and stuff, and it has just been like that ever since, impacting lives and all blockchain and crypto, and with that.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Um, One last thing, opportunities for students in blockchain.
Yeah.
I think someone is frozen. I am not sure.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, she was asking for one more point from you. What opportunities do you think exist for students actually in the blockchain industry?
Okay, so about that, there's one thing I realized about the blockchain, right? And one thing I realized about the blockchain is that it's basically like, I mean, what we have in the world right now, we have doctors, we have lawyers, we have different professions and stuff, right? So when it comes to blockchain, whatever online skill you can think of, like whatever online skill, not relating to blockchain particularly here, but as far as there's an online skill, it can always be replicated to blockchain. As far as there's anything online, it can always be replicated to blockchain. So I mean, just like Elpist was saying, that if you're a programmer on a normal day, you can be a blockchain programmer. If you're an artist on a normal day, you can go into making NFTs on the blockchain. Like there's always an opportunity for an online skill as regards blockchain, right? So it doesn't really matter what you do, or as far as you have an online skill, even if it's I don't know, whatever, email marketing, anything, it can always be replicated in the blockchain industry, and there's an opportunity for you there. So, as a student, even if you are good at organizing events, there's an opportunity for you on the blockchain. You can organize events for blockchain projects. If you are good at teaching others, right? Let's say you are a tutorial, let's say you organize tutorials on a normal day in your university. You can decide to organize tutorials for crypto projects as well. I mean, there is no limit to it. Basically, there are a whole lot of opportunities. Artists, designers, community management. If you're an admin in your school WhatsApp group, you should look at being a community moderator for a crypto project, right? So if you are good at that, you should be good at it for a crypto project.
Exactly, exactly. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So the next thing we'll be discussing is learn first and next. So essentially, how important it is to actually learn about the basics of crypto. So before we go ahead with that, I would say that Binance has something called Binance Academy, right? So if you're a beginner, if you're a veteran, anything, for all things crypto. So I'll put the link on here just so that you can go there, research, read about it, and then any questions you have, I guess it's much easier to streamline your questions to professionals when you've actually learned the basics. So right now I just posted it on the chat box. So yeah, that's the link. Okay, so Amex, since you're still here, I think you should go first
Yeah.
about that question. So if someone comes to you and says, okay, they would like to learn about crypto, what would you tell them, right? And how
Um,
important do you think it is to have the education first before you actually go into attempting to make any money or just like diving into the industry?
yeah. Very, very important, right? So, just one thing I would like to state on this call, right? So, Binance Academy that you mentioned actually,
Yeah.
I also learned about it as regards impermanent loss, to be precise, like
Mm.
impermanent loss. Right. So I was trying to learn about impermanent loss. That was last year, I think. Yeah, around last year. And I was like, where can I find this? Okay, here's one thing about crypto. You learn every day. Crypto and blockchain is it's basically technology, and technology evolves, right? It evolves, so it's not fixed, right? So you have to update your knowledge. If you don't update your knowledge, then you'll be beaten out of the market, or you'll miss out on opportunities, or it's just not good. Like, I mean, why shouldn't you always update your knowledge, right? So even I also do learn every single day as regards blockchain and cryptocurrencies. I learn every day. So for those watching this live show, right, I would always advise you to always check the Binance Academy, because they do release a lot of educational content out there. It doesn't matter. You can say, okay, you have 2 years experience in blockchain, you have 5 years, you have 10 years. I mean, there will always be new technologies. there will always be new things to always look out for. So you have to really, really work on educating yourselves. So sorry, back to the question. The learn first and next, right? So basically, when I bought Bitcoin, right? So as at that time, I didn't have the knowledge I have right now. But if I had the knowledge I have, if I had the knowledge I have right now, like as at the time when I bought my first set of Bitcoin, I would have bought much more than that, and I would have basically managed my risk. I would have basically spent. I mean, $10 is small or was small then, but I mean, I could have basically made better choices if I had learned about Bitcoin before buying Bitcoin. So I think that basically answers the question. You can't overemphasize the you can't emphasize the value you bring to the table when you learn before going into earning something, because when you learn you have better resources at your disposal, and when you have better resources at your disposal it helps you make better choices, right? So if you learn before trying to earn, you are going to do it right, instead of trying to earn and then you get burnt, then you learn through the hard way. Because a lot of Nigerians, when I see them when they come into the crypto space, they are just like a lot of people have this Ponzi mentality, like how can I turn 50k into 100,000 naira or something like that, right? So and basically because of that they end up losing their money, right? So because they are in a rush to make money, and they basically don't do their own research. They don't they don't focus on making the right choices. They just focus on making any choice and end up you know it's just crazy. So for you guys, if you want to get into crypto, always try to learn first. Learning is very, very important, and even after learning, always try to update your knowledge. There are some times that I just go on the internet, right? I use CoinMarketCap sometimes, right? So when you go to CoinMarketCap and you go to the recently added section on CoinMarketCap, you are going to see new cryptocurrencies that have just been listed in the crypto space. You get, and when you check these cryptocurrencies that have just been listed, you see that there are new use cases for blockchain and cryptocurrencies every single day. So you have to update your knowledge. You have to keep on updating your knowledge. Learn about these projects. If it's a good project that you can invest in, then you can invest into it. Not just investing in any coin that someone just tells you to invest in. Because I've seen some WhatsApp status that is like buy maybe Elon Dogecoin. I'm not saying I'm not criticizing these coins or anything, but basically a lot of people don't do their research. They just hear someone tells them to throw money at a certain coin, and they throw money at that coin and they end up losing their money, right?
All
So
right, marvelous.
doing your own research.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's very important.
Yeah.
Ensure you do your own research. Um, like he actually mentioned one very important thing, how people come with like a Ponzi mentality. Of course, with crypto, we know the opportunities are limitless, but sometimes it also requires patience and diligence as well. So, for this question, I'll just take one more answer. I think Marvelous. Would you go ahead with this question as well? I think you're
Right.
muted.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank you.
very much. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Well, it's I think Ahmed has spoken a lot about it already. And, it's it's not just about blockchain. It's not just about crypto. Whatever industry anybody wants to thrive in, whatever sphere of life you want to be in, I think you should first of all learn. You can't get anywhere without learning. It's impossible. You born yourself. There's nothing. There's no craft. Even if you want to be a mechanic, even if you want to be a salesperson, whatever it is you want to be in life, you have to learn first. You can't you can't just dive into making money. It's not possible. So what happens is now people hear that okay, someone is making money from this thing, and they want to just dive in because they hear there's money in it. They forget, okay, look at Chris. He has heard about Bitcoin since 2014, and since 2016 he has been building. If someone hears that he has a little money, they say, money did this thing. Let me dive in. Without remembering all the time he has spent gathering knowledge, gathering experience. Knowledge is good, but you also need experience in every sphere of life, whatever it is you're doing. while knowledge is good, experience connects the dots. So you have to learn first. When you come into a space, now let me narrow it down to blockchain. When you come into the blockchain space, don't come in with the mindset that I'm coming to make money. You're going to get burned. It's that's what it is. But if you come with the mindset that you're coming to learn, you come with an open mind, you come with a teachable spirit, then believe me, you're going to, after some time, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. If you refuse to learn first, you make mistakes, lose money, lose time, lose process, and then you come back to learn that thing you decided that you don't want to learn before. So it's really important. It's not just about, while we're talking about crypto and blockchain, it's not just tailored to crypto and blockchain. It cuts across all spheres of life. It cuts across all industries. Whatever, even if you want to be a musician, you have to learn. You can't run away from learning. It is not possible. You can't run away from it. And then the good thing about blockchain, like Ahmed said, the good thing about blockchain is that it's evolving on a daily basis. Every day there are new things in crypto. And you have to, if you snooze, you lose. If you just decide to go on a break, by the time you come back, you will notice that there are things that have happened that passed you. That's why there's something I always say, there's no OG in crypto. Nothing like OG. No, there's no OG in crypto. Because if someone can come in today, pick a niche in the crypto space, a new niche that just popped up that you don't even know about, and learn a lot about it. And then the next thing is schooling you that feels have arrived. He's schooling you on that particular thing. There's no OG in crypto. If you snooze, you will lose. It's like the internet. Every day there's something new. Every minute, so we are talking now. There's a 16-year-old boy building something in his room. There's someone somewhere in China or in South Africa, wherever the person is, that's building something currently. So you can't, there's no arrival. There's no point of arrival when it comes to people. You just keep moving, you just keep evolving. The evolution is constant. So why we say you have to learn before you, what we're talking about is get the basics and then start running with it. You can't, there's no stopping. All right, so you have to keep learning.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Marvelous. So before we go ahead, I would actually do a slight demo. So I've gotten a few questions about like buying and selling on Binance. Marvelous, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So right, because of time, I would only do for P2P. So I will just do a brief demo of how to use Binance and how to buy, for example, USDT. So now I will share my screen. Okay, 1 second. Just to be clear. Right. Can you see my screen?
Not yet.
Can you see my screen?
We can't
Not
see your
yet.
screen.
You can't.
Yes, not yet. You can't see it.
Hello?
Yeah, we can't see the screen yet.
Yeah, I think
Children,
I have to share again.
click Alt S.
No, I have to share
hold
again.
it.
It was actually my internet. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see.
Are you now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see your screen now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just go to the homepage. Right, so you get here obviously by a Google search.
Hello, is it just me?
No, it's not just you. Can't hear her.
It's general. Okay. So before she joins us, I think that maybe a call jumped into her phone. What she's trying to walk us through is the Binance P2P platform. And it's actually a very interesting platform, one of like the best platforms to use to buy and sell cryptocurrencies in Africa at the moment. So maybe she would join us. Well, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sure. So I promise that Chidubem will be back to share her screen and walk us through that process again. But because of time, let's go ahead with the conversation. I'm actually learning a whole lot. I would like for us to. Oh, Chidubem, are you back?
Yeah. Okay. So you know what we're gonna do? We're going to just go on with the question, and then once I sort my internet out, then we'll come back.
Sure, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
That's
Okay. All right. So next up, I think this will be for El Priest. So what we're discussing now is the season. So of course we all know we're in the bull season, and a lot of people have been taking advantage of it. Very well done. So what I would like to ask is, how do you think people can maximize opportunities in the bull season while also taking caution, right? So also managing their risk but taking maximum opportunity right now. Our priests.
Okay, the question is directed to me.
Yes, please.
Okay, can you please come again?
Okay. Okay, so I was talking about the bull season, right? And how so the question is essentially, how do you feel people can maximize opportunity right now, but while also managing their risk? So it's like when the bull season, to take advantage of it, but also be cautious because there might be a time where it might not be as good, I would say. So how do you advise that?
Okay, so I feel everybody's excited about the bull season, but the point is it won't be like this forever. There will always be a correction. It's like a cycle. There's bull season, there's bearish season. So the bearish season is inevitable. So um there's this formula I use. So I'm going to share it with you guys. I work actually, so I'm not fully into crypto. I'm fully into crypto. I'm not fully into crypto. So I have offline jobs where I earn money. So I have this formula I call 50 30 20. So 50% of my income goes back into investments, 30% goes into savings, then 20% for spending, for expenses. So um what I will advise people to do um in this bull season is to get increase their income stream, like increase their income stream, diversify. You don't go all in and taking profits at interval. So while taking profits, make sure you are reinvesting, but you are not reinvesting everything. A fraction of it is going into savings because by the time the bearish market sets in, you are going to need the USDT or BUSD or whatever stablecoin you are saving to buy up the dips or dumps during the bearish season. So you don't get all excited with what is happening right now because very soon, I don't know, I can't say. It's all speculation. Everybody is just speculating. So I can't say the particular time, but I know it's going to come. So increase your income stream, ration your some of your income into investment, and make sure you are investing in projects that in real-time projects. I there's this trend currently, shitcoin. I'm not saying people should not buy shitcoin because a lot of people are actually making blood money from the shitcoin. So don't get carried away. Don't get carried away. There are projects that are here to stay long term. Imagine buying BNB on 2017 and holding till this present moment. You understand? So it's just like making money elsewhere, then putting this income, putting them into
Safer.
real-time project, save ahead exactly, just like accumulating Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So that we see predictions every day, like Bitcoin is going to $1 million, and you have to be positioned. And the only way you can be positioned is accumulating this particular these good projects. So if you are going to have savings, I advise people to like keep accumulating Bitcoin, because I don't see Bitcoin dying off. Because, and again, you need to flow with the trend. This crypto space is all about trend. Let me say from September last year, we have the DeFi rave, then airdrops, retroactive airdrops. Then I think this 2021 is all about NFTs. So you need to be positioned. You need to be informed about how this trend transition. So you don't get left behind. So
Right.
so so that's basically what I have to say about maximizing the
Thank
bull
you.
season.
Thank you, oh priest. Okay, I think I'm good to go right now with sharing my screen. So let me just do that right now because I'm seeing more and more questions about P2P. Okay, so let me share and let me know if you can now see my screen. Ben, can you see my screen?
Yeah, sure. We can see your screen.
You can see my perfect. Okay. Nigeria embarrassed you. Okay. So right now I would start. So this is your homepage, right? So once you get to Binance, this is what you see. I'm already signed in. So yeah, I don't have to sign in. So how do I get to P2P? So this is where I go. So I go to trade and then I click on P2P, right? So now when you get here, you see all sorts of names, prices. So this is the prices they're offering. So right here, I'm on buy. I'm attempting to buy USDT, as you can see. And this is all the prices that they are offering. Right. So this yellow tick here means that the person is a verified merchant. Right. On average, they're typically safer, but that doesn't mean that everyone else isn't safe. So these percentages here are their completion rates. So for this crypto guard, for example, you can see 87%, meaning 87% of the time he has completed his trade. Not because the other 30% was a scam, but just because sometimes people cancel their orders, people decide they don't want to trade anymore, and so on and so forth. So all you need to know is that the higher the percentage, the safer it is. So I advise to typically try to go for people with high percentages. That's one. And two, so when you're ready to buy now, you click on, okay, now another thing to look out for is this payment. So now you can all see bank transfer, meaning that when you're ready to, when they're paying you, when you're paying them, sorry, this is what you're basically paying into their bank accounts, right? Let me show you another example. If I go to sell now, I would see NGN fiat balance, meaning that when they're sending you the NGN, they're sending to your fiat balance. So this is something that you should also pay attention to. Okay, let me just complete what I was talking about first. So
Yeah,
say
Chidubem, you go
yeah.
ahead. I was hoping that since we are hosting kind of like new users on the call, I was hoping that the majority of the conversations for this particular one would be on the easiest way to buy. Like, so that I was hoping you share with them how to use the Binance Express feature, because
Okay,
this is just complicated. So maybe we should start off with Binance Express, and
Express.
subsequently we can show them P2P.
Okay, all right, let's do that then. So for Express, let's see, load. Okay, for Express, say you want to buy, I don't know, 3,000 naira. The minimum amount is 1,000, as you can see, and this is the amount you receive, and this is the price. So the Express actually just tells you this is the best price at the moment, right? So it basically does all the work for you. You don't need to start looking through multiple prices and multiple alternatives. So this is why Ben was like, this is the easiest way. So ideally, I normally go to P2P first. I think that's why I tried to explain that. But yeah, Express is definitely the easiest way to go about that. So you can buy, you can sell, right? So before you actually do anything on P2P, you actually need to transfer from your spot to your P2P wallet. What that means is that typically when you're trading on Binance, all your money is in your spot wallet, right? But before you do anything on P2P, especially sell, because when you're buying, you're actually taking in the crypto. But when you want to sell, now you have to transfer. So if I click on this transfer, it will take me to a place where I would be able to transfer from my spot to my um, P2P. I'm not sure if I click on transfer because it will show the USDT available, I think. Okay, no. Yeah, so when it gets to P2P, all you have to do is click, if I click transfer here, so if you can see this USDT, you can see this transfer I'm hovering on. If you click transfer here, it says P2P to spot wallet. You click on this icon in between and it changes, right? So yeah, so that will help you know essentially what to do. So I can click on max now and it just converts this 26 USDT for me, and then it takes it to my P2P wallet. And now I can sell that 26 USDT. Right? Okay, so that's I guess the basics of P2P. So I will stop sharing now so we can go ahead with the presentation. And then I guess we'll just answer all the other questions vocally. Right. Okay, so let's go ahead. I've stopped sharing my screen. I think now we'll speak about okay, yeah, this maximizing opportunities in bull season. I actually want to take one more answer. Marvelous or Amek, who wants to take that question for us? Amek wants to take it. Okay, please go ahead, Amek. Thank you.
What's the full question again?
Okay, so the full question is essentially, how would you advise that we maximize opportunities in the bull season while still being cautious and managing risk, essentially?
Okay, so El Priest talked about one very important thing, and he talked about accumulating Bitcoin, right? So for me personally, and for a lot of crypto analysts, a lot of crypto experts, and stuff like that, they basically always advise to accumulate Bitcoin. I mean, at some point when I started my crypto journey, I didn't see the point accumulating Bitcoin. You get, but the more you learn about the crypto space, you learn that you just have to do with Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is the first cryptocurrency in the blockchain space, right? It's also the popularly known cryptocurrency in the blockchain space. And Elpist also said something about following the trend. Since everyone is into Bitcoin, I mean, why should you be in crypto and decide not to be in Bitcoin? I mean, let's put all the fundamentals aside. If the majority of the crypto population are using Bitcoin, then basically every other person should also use Bitcoin. So that highlights the importance of Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency. So always try to accumulate Bitcoin. Whatever you are doing, always look forward to accumulating more and more Bitcoin. Now, about the bull season, there are plenty of opportunities to make money in the bull season. But one thing you should look at accumulating after Bitcoin is also USDT. And USDT is important because this is a crypto market, it's a highly volatile market, and we have the bull season and the bear season, right? So after the bear season, there will be a bull season. After the bull season comes the bear season. So always try to accumulate
Hello, hello. Is it my network?
No, it's Amek, I
Amek,
believe.
I think you're breaking.
Yeah.
But I also love
the
Marvelous
bear
too.
season. It's basically when the bear season comes, it means these cryptocurrencies are really, really good, right? They are really, really worth investing into, and there are things that would be lucrative in the future, right? So accumulating Bitcoin is important because basically it's always going to go up. I'm not saying this as financial advice, but Bitcoin would always just keep on going up because it's very limited, it's scarce, the use case can't be overemphasized, and a whole lot of other factors, right? So accumulating Bitcoin is super important. Accumulating USDT is also important as well. Not as much as Bitcoin, but you should accumulate some USDT as well to, also mitigate your risk, right? So, and there's also one thing that people have to put into consideration. Accumulating USDT could come in very, very handy in situations where you would need to actually spend some money on some things. Take for example, if you have a portfolio without USDT, let's say for example you want to buy a house or you want to buy a car or you want to basically make some like basically spend some money, right? So
Network issues, I believe. Mm.
Somebody said Amex don't finish.
Okay, maybe we should just go ahead.
Chidubem, I think, so these guys, like all of the ambassadors you have here, they manage projects. Amek, could you just hold on? They
USDT, you
manage
wouldn't have to do that
different
conveniently,
communities,
and you'll be able
large
to know.
communities.
I'm trying to, yeah, okay, mute.
Yeah, so
So
I would love Amek, just a minute, please. I would love somebody like Marvelous. These things are not just theoretical. I would love him to tell us how he, drives his community towards, what most of what these guys have said is actually practical. But the way most of us conceive it is just as theory, like they are saying it because they are in the position. Actually, you have to take the step. So, how do we, as a new person in the space now, Marvelous, and in your community, how would you say, what would you say are the best ways to maximize these blockchain opportunities? We said writing, blockchain development. We said there are a lot of opportunities we mentioned on the call. So how do we take advantage of the information we get in these communities, and how do we, grow ourselves to becoming better, and then, make it in the blockchain space per se?
All right, thank you very much. Um, First of all, I think the most important thing when it comes to crypto is community. You can't do anything alone because the crypto space is driven by information. The crypto space is driven by information and growth. So if there's anything you should try to get, is to get into certain kinds of communities. There are information that come into just a small circle of guys, and the information dies there without going, and they handle that information and make good money from it. So as a newbie, I was already trading crypto when I started taking other people's courses. There are courses I've taken, other crypto academic courses I've taken, not because I want to learn crypto, but because I want to get into their community. Now, most crypto academies have communities, and most of them, if you get into them, you get to hear certain kinds of information, certain kinds of news. And if you have friends who are into crypto who have their own crypto, endeavor to join them. Because in crypto, community to use pidgin, now talk, they bring talk. When someone gets an information, they might drop it, and then someone else will now go and harness, or someone else will now go and do more research on the information, then bring a more refined or bring more details on that information. Before you know it, you've gotten something tangible. So the most important thing in crypto, for me, the most important thing is knowledge and community. If you have these two, you have the knowledge, basic knowledge, and then you have the community and harness opportunity. And then try to build relationships. Now, this is not about who the person who knows more. We are not. This is not about that now. If there are certain relationships you build in the crypto space that can get you opportunity. See, it's like the outside world. Because of someone you know, you get to hear about a particular job, a particular opening somewhere, a particular new coin that is going to be launched, a particular airdrop that might change your life. There are airdrops that have been worth up to $10,000, and then you see someone start a new person starting his crypto journey financially from there because of a little information, because of a little update. So I think the most important thing, if you want to really succeed in the crypto space, you need to get the knowledge like we discussed earlier, and then get yourself community, not just one community. I'm in over 50 crypto groups. My whole WhatsApp is about crypto. I don't have any other thing that it's basically crypto.
Marvelous.
So sorry.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to ask a question just so it's more practical for people, especially beginners. how do you find these communities, these courses, this network? So for someone that's starting, they're like, okay, how do I find the communities, right? So break it down a bit more.
All right, all right. Now, okay, we are in a session now. I believe by the end of the session, we'll have the time to drop our contact. Maybe a way where people can contact us. Now, the first crypto group, which is Binance AB, I got it from someone's WhatsApp status. Alibaba of Bitcoin, most of you, Ahmed Kunem, he posted on his WhatsApp and said, if you want to learn about crypto, join this group. That was how I joined. And from there, the truth is, from there, it has a ripple effect. Now, when you're in this community, you get to connect with one or two people there, and probably you might, from that person, hear about on that community. And then you join that community. From there, it doesn't just happen, it has a ripple effect. Because of one, another one happens. But as long as you're open to joining new communities, you will definitely get those communities. From 1 to 2.
All right. Thank you for that. So I think there's one more question. No, two more questions. And before I do that, I would like to take two. So there are people raising their hand, and I will just allow two people to speak. Let's go with Emmanuel Chidera.
Sorry,
Right.
can I add something to what Marvelous said?
Okay, go ahead, please. 1 second.
About building relationships particularly, I would like to also advise people to not limit themselves to just Nigerians alone. I mean, the crypto is a global space. Like crypto is a global space. I mean, we have people from Australia, India, Korea, Japan. Like I mean, everywhere, all around the world, right? So what I'm basically saying is, you can also go to Telegram groups, right? So when you go to a Telegram group, try to make an impact in that Telegram group. If you try to make an impact in the Telegram group, you are going to be welcomed by the members of that community, and through that you can make friends. I mean, they are going to be very, very friendly. When I started getting involved in the crypto space, right, I had a crypto community that I joined, poloniex.com by Sam Sticks. I don't know if you guys should know Sam Sticks. So, but basically, what I'm saying is, I also joined the VitLabs community, I joined the Ego community, I joined Vid, I joined Perlin, and I made a whole lot of friends from these communities, not Nigerian friends alone. I mean, these are friends from other countries, and these friends also have connections. They have crypto connections. They have some high-end crypto groups. They have some high-end trading groups. Some crypto communities where you get some limited kind of information. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, right? So you shouldn't just limit yourselves to Nigerians. It's a global space. The opportunities are limitless. The possibilities are limitless, right? So just go. I don't want to say go crazy, but I mean like explode. I don't know what to say,
Yeah.
like
So,
I just wanted to add that it's a global space. It's not for only Nigerians, right? So you can. There's no limits, right? So
Thank you,
that's what
Ahmed.
I'm saying.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Okay, Emmanuel Chidera, I just allowed you to speak.
Okay. Hello. Good
Hello.
afternoon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, the guys they have been perfect in what they educated us on today. So actually, I've been in the crypto space since 2015, my year one in school. So I would like to add two things. Ahmed, you mentioned something about acquiring skills. By do so, skills like developing skills, the programming skills, it will be tough for most people. So I do recommend highly trading and investment. Do that with a group or a community, join a community and acquire
Emmanuel,
trading skills. Hello?
Emmanuel. Sorry, do you have a
Yep.
question? Do you have a question? I'm not sure if it's my internet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
We
you.
can hear you.
I think he had a
I think
suggestion or a recommendation. Are we at that stage yet?
I think it's his network. No, I want them to take questions. That's what I was asking.
Sure.
I
Let's
think his
take questions then. Mhm.
network is 40. So I will just take someone else when his network is back then. Okay. So someone else, please ask questions. Thank you. Okay, I would take Bamishe Ayode. I just allowed you to speak. Bamishe, you're muted. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, Chidubim, I think we can scroll through a few questions in the chat.
Yeah.
We can take a few questions before we take
In the Q&A. Yeah, I'll go to the Q&A box. Okay, let me ask a question. Right. Is it possible to sell USDT via Binance Express now in Nigeria with the crypto restrictions? I don't trust P2P. So I would actually answer that considering that I took the Binance Express demo. So yes, you can definitely buy through Binance Express. All you have to do, like I said, transfer some money from spot to P2P wallet and then use the Binance Express service. And P2P is safe as well. I know you don't trust it, but P2P is very safe. Just ensure that you look at the percentages, you look at how many orders they've placed. It's more advisable to buy or sell from people who have already done this a number of times. Okay, let me look for another question for the speakers.
Somebody asked an interesting question, that is cryptocurrency like MetaMask trader and Forex? I think let me allow El Priest. El Priest, jump on this one. Okay.
Yeah, cryptocurrency is different from MetaMask, or what did he call it? MetaTrader rather. I think the MetaTrader this thing is for forex trading, but actually trading is trading, but the commodities you are trading are just different. On the in the forex market, you're actually trading currencies, like currencies of different countries and stuff like that. While in cryptocurrency, you are trading digital currency. So the difference is just the commodities you are trading. So both fundamental analysis on forex and crypto it's all the same. Technical analysis, it's all the same. Just that the commodity and the assets you are trading are different.
Yeah, El Priest, there's something I also heard, and I think I should bring that up here too. So another outstanding difference with trading forex and trading cryptocurrency is that you get to own the asset, right? When you buy cryptocurrency, but when you buy on forex, or when you trade on forex, you don't particularly own the assets. Take for instance, the trade goes against you, your funds are gone. But if you trade cryptocurrencies on spots, Ameka, you would agree, whether or not the trades are good or whether or not you are in profit, you still own the assets for as long as you can. Amek, do you want to expound on this?
It's basically the principle of HODL, right? Hold. So as far as you hold, you don't lose money. As far as you hold, I mean, one Bitcoin is always equals to one Bitcoin, right? So it doesn't really matter. You own it for life. Even if Bitcoin goes to $10, it's not possible. But even if Bitcoin goes to $10, you still own one Bitcoin.
Great. Back to you, Chidube.
Okay, so we'll go to one question about research strategies, right? So for the speakers, I would ask, how do you research? One, so what are your project research strategies? How do you find new coins with not just new coins, but coins with great potential? That's one. And two, when there's a trending coin, how do you ensure that this is something with amazing fundamentals that you want to actually put your money into? So essentially, what are your research strategies? So Amek, you can go first.
So basically, when it comes to research, right, there's one very important thing to look at. like I said, we always learn every single day, right? So I learned most of these research strategies, you know, after being in the space, right? So one very, very important thing you have to look at when it comes to research and when it comes to research about cryptocurrency projects is the team behind every cryptocurrency project. The team is very, very important. Looking at the team of a certain crypto project is very, very important. And when I mean looking at the team, right, you have to look at those behind the project. Are these guys actually qualified to run this project? I mean, are they in a position to run the project? Have they done something in the past? Have they, like, what's their track record like what have these guys done? What can they do? Right. So this would make you select the right cryptocurrency projects that you should invest in. I mean, if you see someone in a cryptocurrency project, like a personnel in another cryptocurrency project, and you hear that, okay, or basically it's a fact that he co-authored the Ethereum white paper, then that means that guy knows what he's doing. Like, he has a lot of experience, or maybe he was an early developer of Ethereum. Like, he has a track record. He's not just someone that is looking to make some money off those that want to invest in the project. So that's the very first important thing, right? So when you also ask this question, I wanted to ask, when it comes to research strategies, are you talking about research strategies that newbies can use, or like basically just generally research strategies? I don't know if you can
I
clarify
think
on that.
both are important.
Yeah, so for newbies, I just wanted to state that team aspect because it's very, very important.
Yeah.
So the next thing to look at is also the tokenomics. So when it comes to tokenomics, you need a bit of experience as regards that, right? You have to look at the tokenomics of every single project. And why I say you need a bit of experience is because the tokenomics of a certain project sometimes does not matter, but it usually does matter. So it takes experience to be able to kind of differentiate in that aspect. So, but tokenomics basically means if the token structure, like the amount of the total supply, the circulating supply, the market cap, and if everything, if it does check out, then I mean, you'll be able to make a decision that the project is a good project. But sometimes, like I said, even if the tokenomics don't check out, as far as the project is a solid project, they are working on a solid solution, they have well versed crypto experts in their team and all that, the project would still do well. So, one thing for newbies that I'm going to drop here is CoinMarketCap is a tool that every single person should use in crypto. CoinMarketCap is very, very important because every project, whether legit or fake, but every recognizable project basically is on CoinMarketCap, right? And so, because like you can track over 6,000 or 8,000, I can't remember the exact figure, but basically 6,000 to 8,000 cryptocurrencies on CoinMarketCap, and that's a whole lot of research. I mean, there are 8,000 coins waiting out there. You have to you can browse through all these coins and decide which one is a good one and which one is a bad one, through following the fundamental analysis of checking out the team, checking out the tokenomics, checking out the use case, checking out the category, the market category of a certain coin. There is AI in cryptocurrency. There is Oracle. There are projects that focus on oracles. There are projects that focus on social media. There are projects that focus on, basically supporting other projects like Ethereum, making Ethereum a better place, or making Bitcoin a better coin and stuff like that. It depends on the market, right? So, but coin market cap is very, very important. When a new coin comes into existence, it's always on coin market cap. It won't be on coin market cap, but I mean, at some point, it will be listed on coin market cap, and you can do research about these coins on coin market cap, and basically you get into that coin before everyone else does, and that's the basic crypto mentality. You invest in gems early so that you can reap the benefits in the future, right? So coin market cap is just very, very important. If you don't use coin market cap, then you should consider CoinGecko, right? CoinGecko is also a coin tracking website that I'm going to recommend. But I recommend CoinMarketCap because you can also see gainers and losers. Here's something I also do sometimes. When I go to CoinMarketCap, there's a gainers and losers section. Now, when you go to gainers and losers section, you discover that you see the coins that have increased over a period of time, and you see the coins that have also dumped at the crypto term. That means when the coin has, like gone down, right? So basically when you check the loser section, that is coins that have been depreciating over a period of time, it's very important to do some research on that coins. Sometimes it's actually a good coin, and the coin might be going down or decreasing because the community doesn't believe in the project. But it doesn't mean the project will not do well in the long term. As far as it's a good concept, they have cool people on their team and stuff like that. So you could basically see opportunities from stuff like that on CoinMarketCap, like from coins that have been dumping. And you can also check coins that are also doing well, right? So when you also check that, for a coin to be doing well, it means there's a possibility that the coin is actually a good coin, and that's why it's doing so well. Now, when you look at such a coin, I'm not saying you should invest in that coin, just add it to your watch list, right? So you keep an eye on that coin. There will always be corrections and retracements and stuff like that. Correction and retracement means when the price goes up after a while, it comes down a bit after a while, right? So for those corrections and retracements, you can get into that coin at that point in time when the price is coming down, right? So there are a lot of strategies. I can't go through all the strategies. Maybe our priest, Ben, and Marvelous can talk more on a lot of strategies, guys. Even when it comes to research, you can go on 4chan, but I don't want to tell that to newbies
Yeah.
because 4chan is crazy. Right? So
All right. I'm
just use
excited.
CoinMarketCap.
Yes. So I've added the link to that in the chat box. Okay. So I saw a question that I would actually answer. The question was about the NFT marketplace. So Binance has recently added an NFT marketplace. Can you explain what it is and what it's going to be used for? So before I explain that, an NFT is essentially, it can be anything digital on the blockchain, right? So it's essentially a unit of data on the blockchain. It could be art, it could be pictures, it could be tweets, it could be anything essentially. And what Binance is doing is that it's creating a marketplace where it's much easier for Binance users and anyone in the world to mint an NFT, so sell an NFT or buy an NFT. So if you're a creator of any sort, I think that will actually really interest you. It will be launching in June, and on the same platform as Binance.com. Essentially, if you're already a user, you have access to it. And anyone else can become a user, of course. So I think that is that.
Might you add that
Yeah.
NFTs cannot be duplicated? If you add that, I think that would be a complete definition of NFT.
Yeah, thank you.
Long
Thank you
fun
for
tokens,
that.
actually, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So, we'll go to the last question, which is about BSC, right? So BSC is Binance Smart Chain. So BSC and PancakeSwap. So we'll be talking about one, what are they? And if you guys think, is this a bubble? Is it here for the long run? What do you think essentially about the DeFi space when it comes to Binance Smart Chain? So I would be asking El Priest, could you go first?
Okay. I made mention of
Marvelous.
trend.
Go next.
I made mention of trend in the crypto space earlier. So you need to keep your eyes peeled. You need to follow the trend. So the trend has actually shifted to these BSC projects. But at the same time, you need to be able to filter the noise. So the influx of projects building on the BSC chain is enormous, too much. And lots of them are copy and paste. So what I mean by being able to filter the noise is being able to segregate the most important part of it from the flukes. So even with this shitcoin rave lately, lots of them are building on Binance Smart Chain because of the fast network, the cheap fee, and the scalability actually. So it doesn't mean these projects are worth investing in. So you need to be able to separate the right ones from the wrong ones. So it's not like the BSC is like home for shit coin or bad project or not. But on your own, you need to be able to take out the important ones. That interesting projects on BSC. We have Pancake, we have Bakery Swap, we have lots of them. So I don't think this this BSC thing is a bubble or anything of such, because we all know the problem with Ethereum. So BSC is actually like giving us like a better opportunity to like the fast network aspect, the cheap network. People are paying fees of over $100 on Ethereum network, but BSC you can actually pay as low as 10 cents for transactions, for um approval, for swapping, for just interacting with the blockchain, compared to what we have on Ethereum network, where transactions take longer and are more costlier. So I think um, if people keep building, BSC is here to stay, actually.
Yeah, Amek, before I allow Chidubin, let me borrow a few minutes of your time for this one. So before I allow Marvelous go ahead to talk about BSC and all of that, I don't know if you guys have noticed that recently most of CZ tweets are kind of like shading Ethereum network, right? If you notice of recent, and people will be like, the more he does it, the more Ethereum goes up. Now, this is what I noticed has happened, right? When Ethereum started off, it was actually very cheap to build on Ethereum. It was very, very cheap and lucrative to build on Ethereum. And since it was like the sole network that other blockchains can be built on, it made the price skyrocket. Then, like we already know, Binance is like an ecosystem that Binance is like the Google of blockchain. Binance, that's at least that's what we're trying to do. So Binance wants to have a say in every niche or every industry in the blockchain industry, actually. So that's why CZ and the team can easily just jump on something that makes a lot of sense and build the Binance version of it. That's why we have the Binance NFT launching in June, right? So one of the solutions that we have been able to, the BSC product has been able to solve is, like Elpris mentioned, the very reduced fees and the speed of transactions, right? So it might change in the future, we don't know, but since that was a current problem, I think that is why the value, of like there's a lot of attention to BSC projects, and the value of platforms that are building on BSC are rising. Take for instance Bake, take for instance Pancake, Pancake Swap, BSC X, Marvelous, if you remember BSC X, those guys, like, they built solid projects and they leveraged the interface, right? They leveraged the Binance blockchain, the Binance network, and they were able to scale very quickly. Now, this is not to say that they would jump ahead and beat Ethereum. No, no doubt. But they're like taking the opportunities that are available. They are like solving the problems that are impending on Ethereum. The other day, I looked at Marvelous's status and I saw where he was trying to do a small transaction and $100 fee. And I wonder how, as a student, how will I be able to do this 5 times in a month? Do you get? So I'll be spending somebody's salary in a month just to do transactions, right? So even if you give me airdrop in Ethereum network, it's a problem to cash out. Do you understand? So do you want to talk about it, Marvelous? What do you think is the interesting thing about Binance Smart Chain and the projects building on Binance Smart Chain?
All right.
Sorry,
Thank you very much.
1 second. Before Marvelous speaks, I think it's important to clarify that Binance and Binance Smart Chain are 2 different things. Because I just saw something and I realized that it's not really clear to newbies. So these projects that we're speaking about are not Binance projects, right? So several people can build projects on the Binance Smart Chain. And what Binance Smart Chain does for them is that it enables them to build quickly, and then they're cheaper fees, and then it's easily scalable. I just thought it was essential to clarify that. Okay, you can go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so to recap what Children said, Binance and Binance Smart Chain are two different things. Binance Smart Chain is decentralized. Binance, on the other hand, is a centralized organization. So if Binance Smart Chain is a bubble, I think if you go back to how the blockchain started, the early days of the blockchain. Okay, let me use the early days of Ethereum, the Ethereum blockchain, the ICO period, the ICO boom, and even last year when the DeFi started getting a lot of hype, last year 2020, we saw a lot of scams, a lot of rug pulls on Ethereum. And Ethereum fees were a little bit cheaper then. I know I used to pay $10 fees. I used to pay $7 fees as at June, July, August last year. I used to pay those kind of fees, even though now it has skyrocketed. So the point is this: there are many people who would say, Binance Smart Chain is not going to last. It's a bubble. There's a lot of scams. There's a lot of rug pulls. But the truth is, in the early days of every project, in the early days of anything good, it's never smooth. It's never smooth. And even if, as long as Binance keeps maintaining cheap fees and fast transactions, we'll still be seeing rug pulls on Binance Smart Chain. That's why it's a decentralized network. It's your duty to do due diligence and research before investing in any project. And I think if you load a contract address on Pancake, they'll let you know that it's possible you can get rug pulled. So you should know what you're investing in. It's there, it's written there. So it's on your own part to do due diligence, to do your research. That's why if everybody knows DYOR, do your own research. Even when someone gives you something good, to invest in, he will tell you do your own research so that you don't blame him if anything happens. So my point remains this: I think Binance Smart Chain is here to stay. Because as you can see, over the past 6 months, we've seen solid projects being built on the Binance Smart Chain. No one would have believed Pancake Swap would get to $40 today. Pancake, that's cake, the token, will get to $40. Nobody may have believed. Bake was trading at 0.00 something. I think that should be in December. But we've seen solid projects. Bake on its bakery swap has it's even though it's an AMM, it also focused a lot of attention on NFTs. There are other projects on the Binance Smart Chain that are focused on DeFi. There are some that are yield aggregators. They chose lovely projects, chose their own niche on the Binance Smart Chain and are harnessing the cheap fees and the fast transaction. So for someone to come and tell me that Binance it's not going to, no, it's a lie. For every 12 there's a Judas. You can't escape it. Even Jesus Christ had a Judas. So what I do is, even in human beings, the way I classify human, or the way I look at human beings, I calculate that in every 12 people there's one bad person at least. And then when it comes to now that there's a lot of bad things happening, so you have to multiply that number. The point is this: no matter how good Binance Smart Chain is, you definitely have scams on it. So it's not a bubble. CZ is not here to joke. He's not joking with anybody. He's a very serious person, as all of us here know him. Even if there's another blockchain that's faster that comes up, you still see rug pulls. There are a lot of rug pulls. You can't run away from these things. As long as the space is just about 10, 11 years, the blockchain space is just about 10, 11 years. It's still maturing. There's a lot of shaft that has to leave it first. It will take another at least 10 years before you can get a very stable space or community. So Binance Smart Chain is here to stay. The sky is big enough for everyone to fly. The Ethereum blockchain there's no Ethereum killer. Ethereum will still be here. Polkadot will still be here. Binance Smart Chain will still be here. Solana will still be here. FTM will still be here, and they will grow. But everyone are on their own lane, and they're still going to do well on their own lane. As long as they have a good and solid foundation, as long as the project itself, like Binance Smart Chain itself, is a good one to keep thriving, people will still build on it. And there'll be others on other blockchains. The space is still, look, we are still so early. There's a lot that will be done and that could be done. So the Binance Smart Chain is not a bubble. It's not a bubble. If you look back, you also see that, like I said, there have been solid projects that have already been built on it. And those projects will survive. The survival of those projects implicates the survival of Binance Smart Chain. You get, so we're in a good one, and we're not going anywhere.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Marvelous. We're almost coming to the end of this webinar. So I was actually going to take one question. I will take one question now. Let's hope the internet doesn't mess that up. Okay, Tosin Adeoti, I'm about to allow you to speak. Please ask your question. Okay, Tosin.
Okay, thank you, everyone. I think I'm enjoying this very, very much. So what I would just like to say is if there's a community, so there are some people amongst us that would like to actually build projects. I know that a lot of things are being said about being trading, investing, but is there a community where we can build projects so that, because we know that really businesses would be something that will make a lot of sense, especially for us in Africa. People elsewhere are building massive projects. I don't know if there's a community like that for Africans where we can brainstorm together and just build projects that would really last.
All right, yeah. Sorry, let me answer this. I've had that in mind for some time. I've been brooding on it. And I think, don't worry, I'll drop my number later so you can send me a message. I'm trying to gather like minds where we could start brainstorming on, I call it idea box. The name is idea box. I've been trying to gather, but what you said now just reminded me I have to bring it out. So where we gather like minds and we talk about, we brainstorm and bring up opportunities that we could build on, because Africa as a whole has started imbibing this consumer mentality, even in the blockchain space, and it's bad. Where you come into a sector and all you do is consume. Everybody wants to be a trader. It's not supposed to be so. There's a lot of opportunity in the blockchain space. We have to start building, and we're tired of building exchanges. Everybody shouldn't build exchanges. Everywhere you go, you are someone building exchange here or building a wallet. We need to harness the crypto space, the blockchain space, and build something. So I'm going to be dropping my contact. So you could, what's your name?
Yeah, my name is Tosin Adeoti.
Okay, Tosin. So we'll actually talk better on that later. So what you're saying is true. We have to start brainstorming on better opportunities, or better things that we could build on the blockchain. Even as Africa, we have the numbers, we have the workforce, we have the labor. So we could actually we have the brains also. We could do something really spectacular. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We have designers, we have project managers. Yes. We can just bring out together. I mean, Caesar is an amazing person, but obviously not something that Africans can do.
Yeah. So to add to that, guys, the Binance Smart Chain has a community where developers are encouraged, or people who are like in the ideating states, people who are in the phases of brainstorming. We are encouraged to join those communities, get knowledge somehow, that you can use to build your own projects, right? So you can just quickly search Binance Smart Chain on Telegram, and you find ready communities to assist you. Already, we just concluded a blockchain developer course, 8 weeks, right? 8 to 11 weeks, of which we produced about 4 good projects from Africa. Over 200 people in those groups, came together and built stuff. And to be honest, a lot of people have been reaching out to get those teams. Like, they have been reaching out to get the details of those teams, and work with them. So on our part, what we do is just try to bring the opportunities down to Africa, and then we push our guys from this end to become better at what they do. So you want to join our Telegram communities, first of all, and familiarize with what is going on there. You see announcements, you see updates, and then you pick it from there, and then you can now decentralize. But like Marvelous said, that's a brilliant idea, coming up with stuff, and then you get access to teams that are ready to either support or buy into your projects. Anyways, that's for that from my side.
Yeah. And I was going to say, so just like Ben spoke about the masterclass that we just concluded, there were different projects built on blockchain. So like insurance projects, there were crowdfunding projects, there were betting projects. So just like Marvelous has spoken about, it doesn't always have to be an exchange. There's so much that you can do with the blockchain knowledge that you acquire. So yeah. So the next time I would say that like an opportunity comes like that in the form of like the master class, because these people were actually trained for 8 weeks, and then they eventually build things with their groups. And just like Ben said, there are people that actually reach out to get contacts of those people because they've seen the amount of work that they've put in. So I guess if there's an opportunity like that, it's be good for you to actually apply, and then from there, more opportunities can follow. All right, Amek, sorry, you can go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one very important thing. I don't think I said it because I say this is a global space. You can go to any extent to reach out to people on Telegram, on various communities. There's no limit, right? So, but one very important thing is, guys, never send money to anybody online. If anyone is asking you for money online, don't send your money to them. You'll be scammed, no matter how good the opportunity is. Even if they tell you you can make 10 Bitcoin, you can secretly mine Bitcoin, you can, I don't know, maybe you can have a partnership with the government of Korea. I've seen a lot of lies. It's not true. You would lose your money. Even if even if they tell you they are part of the team of a cryptocurrency project, admins on Telegram would never DM you first. Always note that. So don't send your money to anyone. Don't just send your money to anyone. Like, it's just a thing that you must not do, right? So except you are investing in a vetted ICO or a vetted IEO or IDO, I mean something that, and you also have to do your own research before you actually invest in such projects, right? So, but if anyone messages you on Telegram, or if you message someone and they're like, give me money for this and this, I mean, don't do it. You are going to get scammed, right? So I just wanted to point that out.
Right. So someone has said, so just like he said, a question is, can we trust all the links sent on the chat? No, you can't. They're not affiliated to Binance, so just don't.
The link to those groups
Wait,
that
wait,
they are
even
just, I don't know why they are sending in links, but I feel they just want to build their communities, which is fine. But
Yeah.
we don't advise you to join those communities. Just join our Telegram channels, join any of the channels of our speakers. Some of them have channels with us, some of them have their own channels, but we trust them, right? So don't
um,
notice.
another thing is doing your own research is very, very important in crypto. Even if Binance, if you see a post on Binance Twitter page or a Binance Telegram group from an admin or something, you always have to do your own research. Don't just throw money anyhow. Because, for example, I'm not saying this would happen, but it's a possibility. What if the Twitter page is being hacked by some scammers or something, and you see, because I think something like that happened 2 years ago when there was massive hacking of Twitter pages or something like that. And
That was last year.
yeah, it was last year. And some people were like, okay, it's coming from Elon Musk. I should invest 1 Bitcoin to get 2 Bitcoin. So whatever thing you see online, always do your own research. Don't be in a haste. I mean, if one opportunity goes away, there's going to be another opportunity. In fact, if you miss one opportunity, there will probably be another opportunity to get into that opportunity. Maybe a little late, but there'll always be opportunities, guys. So just do your own research about every single thing in crypto. That's the whole point of crypto. Do your own research. Don't just invest anyhow. It's very important.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. We're coming to the end of this. I just wanted to ask one more time for the speakers. Is there anything else you guys would like to talk about? And then I will share some information for everyone.
I saw a question on the chat. It was about the 50-30-20 formula I dropped. So I would like to expatiate on that. So this is how it works. Let's say I earn $1,000 monthly from my trading and crypto jobs and everything. So after rounding the income up, 50% goes into investment. So this is what I do personally. I have 5 solid projects I invest in. So monthly, I add up to my bags, just 5 projects. So let's say I'm earning $500 from my jobs and trading. So $100 goes to each of these 5 projects, then $30 and 30% that is going into savings, which is $300, goes into BUSD or USDT. Then the remaining 20%, which is $200, is for my expenses for the month and for the spending. And thank you.
Okay, thank you. Marvelous Amek, any last words? No.
Okay.
Basically, marvelous, can go.
Okay,
Oh.
Marvelous.
All right. I just want to kind of repeat what I said earlier. When it comes to learning, I think learning, like I said, is really, really very, very important. Very, very important for us to learn. But most people have not really come to understand the importance of those 3 things I called. I want to sound it again so you would understand. Google, YouTube, and Twitter. You can take a full course on Twitter if you're following the right people. You can take a full my Twitter feed. I don't when I go to Twitter, I don't have to scroll to get data, to get what I want to read. My bookmarks and my notification bar is all I need on Twitter. The reason is the people I follow, I don't follow. You see this nonsense people do follow for follow on Twitter. I don't do it. You follow me. If someone follows you and I check your page and I don't see any valuable information, I won't follow you back. If you don't like it, don't follow me. There's no problem. But I only follow people who I get value. And 90% of people I follow on Twitter are all crypto people. 90% of people I follow are all crypto people. People that I know that drop important maybe updates or lessons or content, whatever it is. So the ones who are very, very important to me, I turn on their notifications. So once I want to go on Twitter, I go to notification, but I start scrolling. All the data I need to study at that time, they are there. I allocate some days to study my bookmarks. I go to my bookmarks and I start studying the tweets or threads there. You understand? So Twitter, if you minus cruise from Twitter, you can actually get a lot of things, a lot of content, a lot of valuable content from Twitter. Then YouTube is also very, very important. You can learn anything you want. I'm giving you some of my secrets. You can learn whatever it is. I still sleep on YouTube till today. If you don't have data, download the videos, then turn off your mobile data, and then you can actually watch those videos. I've learned a lot on trading. I've learned a lot of blockchain. I've learned a lot on DeFi, on NFTs from YouTube. And then Google is, come on. Most people don't even, they come to ask you questions that Google even gives them a better answer to. And they come to my DM asking me, what is Bitcoin? Use Google, just ask these questions. And then you see different, once you open a particular content, you can also get links to more better content. So please don't underestimate these 3 things: Google, YouTube, and Twitter. Thank you.
All right.
I think we need to drop. Do we need to drop our maybe Twitter handles or something?
Marvelous. Yeah. So I was going to say, so speakers, please drop your handles. I've gotten a few people asking that. So just to so first of all, I just posted a link on the chat. It's a form essentially, and everyone should please fill it. So it asks what you would like to hear, what you'd like us to speak about, and just feedback. So please fill the form. That's 1. 2, like I spoke about earlier, the Binance Academy is something I feel everybody should go through, beginner or not, because there's constantly new information. Like everybody has said here, in the blockchain space, things are always changing. People are always building. There are always new things, like every day, no matter how veteran the person is in the space. So that's one thing I would advise. And 2, I've gotten a number of questions about whether people can still buy crypto in Nigeria, and definitely. So like I shared before, through P2P, if you go to Express, it essentially gives you the best price at that time. It's 100% safe, so you can buy and sell from there. So this webinars, we'll be having them bi-weekly, so every 2 Saturdays, same time. Actually, no, the time might change, but every bi-weekly Saturdays. And sorry, we cannot get through to all the questions, but I have taken the most common ones. So Ben will post the Telegram groups. So in the Telegram groups, information is shared. So about the information that they spoke about, we share a lot of information on Telegram. Communities are there. You can network with people. And for students, so to wrap this up, I will just essentially summarize the opportunities that we mentioned here. So one, of course, crypto trading. So most people that get into it either buy crypto to hold or just to trade. So that's one for developers, engineers. There's obviously blockchain engineers. For students, you can actually organize events in your school. You can be an ambassador for different exchanges. You can, when the NFT marketplace is launched, you can mint your NFTs as well. You can, for artists, there are opportunities there. For people who are designers, from people who are, like they mentioned, literally everything you can find in blockchain space. So if you're a student, don't be discouraged. Don't think you cannot start. You can always start small. You can start by following the speakers on Twitter, follow to see the information that they post, and all of that. There's so much information, but I hope that everyone has been able to learn a thing or two. We don't want to take all your time on Saturday, so that you can still have some time to have fun. So Ben, any last words before I end the webinar? You're muted. Ben, you're muted.
Yeah, I was actually looking at something. Thank you guys for your time. Like we've already dropped, let me drop it again. Our Telegram channels. This is a bi-weekly call for all Africa students community. So if you have time again next week, please join us. This was like kind of like an introduction for the project. We would have these conversations in different categories from in the coming weeks. Please, those of you dropping WhatsApp channels on this call, I don't know what your aims are, right? But don't scam young minds, people that want to get into the crypto space. All right, so from next week, we might even go into more deep discussions, technical discussions, and maybe how-tos, many how-tos, right, in the space. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Amek. Thank you, El Priest. Thank you, Marvelous. And thank you, Chidubem. You look awesome. All right, guys.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Have a
Hi
good day.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Mhm.